Hey everyone, Joe here. Welcome back to the Old Tom Rambler69 appreciation build. We've got our book here. I forgot to mention our reference material that we're going to be using. This is a fantastic book. It's from Japan. I got it on eBay. I know these particular ones can go for really pricey, but I got this one for a steal. Got some fantastic color photos in here, as you can see here. And man, I'm loving this book on the Raiden. So lots of great pictures, which is pretty amazing. There are not too many things resource-wise for Japanese aircraft sometimes, so this one is pretty cool to have. You can see there's a ton of pictures. It is all written in Japanese, so nothing I can read in particularly, but still a really good reference book. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to, start getting into the build here. We're going to start with the typical cockpit. As with most aircraft that you come by, you're usually going to start with the cockpit. And Hasegawa kits are no different. So we'll put this reference book away. We'll come back to it when we need it. And let's take a look at what we got here in the instructions. So if we open it up, typical Hasegawa fold-out ones right here for the older kits. And we're going to just get into it here. We're going to get started on the cockpit. All right, here's the cockpit floor, and as you can see, there are going to be, just like in other kits, some injector pin marks. It's pretty rare for Hasegawa to do this in such an obvious place. They don't tend to do this, so we're gonna have to get these removed. You can't see them very well here on camera because of the light gray, but you can see the outlines of them. They're all around on this one, and I mean all over. So what we're going to be doing here is using our handy dandy God hand chisel set. I know I talked about it in the video with Ben. We're right back into it with it again. Constantly use this at the bench, like I said, so a must-have tool. So let's get into it and start removing all these. All right, now that we've got that cockpit flooring out of the way and all that done, and some other bits and parts that we worked with on the side, we're gonna go ahead and make a seat pad for the seat. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't. I wanted to take another crack at it, and all we got here is some normal TP and some canopy glue and some water, and we're gonna go ahead and just kind of make a makeshift canopy seat pad, essentially, or not canopy seat pad, a seat pad. Normally these were on the bottom of the pilot's gear, so they weren't necessarily left in the aircraft. Kind of went with them as they moved around, but on this particular one we're gonna take some artistic licensing, create our own. It's best sometimes if you don't have a pattern on the toilet paper, but as you'll see, this one came out not quite something I liked, but it was still worth a try. We're just gonna cut a little tiny piece, fold it up, fit it in there, see if it fits, it looks the part, and adjust it to anywhere we need to. So we'll just place it down in here, see how it's gonna look. Is it too wide? Is it too narrow? You know, if I hold it down here, and it takes a couple attempts. As you can see, this is not a quick process, but I just wanted to show how it kind of goes along and how we do things, and fumbling around. You know, not everyone's perfect. I know a lot of times on build videos, it looks like every time someone's perfect, right? They get it on that first shot, and they never have to adjust anything. It's always great. Well, that's not really how it works. I know I can attest to that 100%. As you can see me fumbling around here a lot, and trying to get it just into the shape I want. So we're gonna cut it from here and get moving, and we'll come right back. All right, everyone, and here we are. We have the seat all completed now and done up. So we're gonna go ahead and put that away and start moving on to some other parts. So the other parts we're gonna move on to here are going to be probably assembling the cockpit. This is going to be done off camera. We're going to probably go ahead and get these wings here together and see how they're fitting. If we have to trim them up a little bit. They usually do require some sanding to make sure they fit flat and don't have too much of a gap in the front section of the wing. And we're gonna probably get those done off camera as well. Make sure these holes are lined up for the gun ports and for the pitot tubes, those kinds of things. And then also what I like to tend to use on this is the let me grab it here real quick, the Plastruct Bondo glue. This melts it together in a squeeze, and you squeeze out like a little seam of glue, and then that way you can scrape that seam off. You don't have to sand everything, and it'll also seal up the gap as well. So I love using this stuff on fuselages, putting the two fuselages together, and then also the wings here as well, and really just getting those together, creating that bead of plastic essentially that rises up in between the two gaps, and then scraping it away with usually the ceramic knife blade. And we'll probably talk about that more as we go on, but I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna get to work on the side, and until next time, go check out Tom's channel. Again, fantastic guy, fantastic builder. Happy to be doing this appreciation build for him. Again, I can't say enough nice things about Tom, so go check him out. Until next time, everyone, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe. Take care.